One man with East Tennessee connections did the exact journey to see the Titanic on the ocean floor. John Jocelyn was the second person in the world to go down to the shipwrecked site back in 1987. 20 years later, he opened the first Titanic museum. Our Ellie Bird spoke with his wife today.
John Jocelyn is a former TV producer and now owner of the Titanic Museum here in Pigeon Forge. He had a fascination with the ship that led him to lead the first privately funded expedition down to the wreckage site in 1987, just 2 years after the wreckage site was found. April 14, 1912 is when the Titanic tragically sank to the bottom of the ocean. In 1985, the wreckage site was found 350 miles off the coast of Newfoundland. 2 years later, Jocelyn prepared to co-lead a $6 million expedition to the site. He talked about his long journey to the ship with our station in Missouri.
In this capsule going down this submersible, and it's very small. You're there for 2.5 hours just in the dark.
The mission was to explore the wreck and bring back video footage for a documentary he was working on and produced called Return to the Titanic Live. He and his team completed 32 dives and spent more than 40 days out at sea. Most of the pictures and artifacts at the museums were recovered from Jocelyn's expedition. He says when he first saw the Titanic underwater, it was like magic.
You're dazzled by the image. I mean, here this great big ship is sitting on the bottom of the ocean, and this bow comes out. It's almost like an apparition comes out of nowhere. And there it sits, and you're dazzled by it.
Jocelyn's close connection to the ship is why they chose him to be the one to have such an important artifact from that time held at his museum.
It means a great honor to us to know that we were selected as the only sites in the U.S. that are going to show this violin. Could have gone to New York, could have gone to L.A. No, it went to Pigeon Forge.
Mary Kellogg Jocelyn is John's wife. They declined to do interviews out of respect for the people still missing aboard the vessel. She says they are praying for a safe return home. Jocelyn says the reason they created the museums in the first place was always to pay respect to the 2,208 passengers and crew that were aboard the RMS Titanic when it sank. In Pigeon Forge, I'm Ellie Bird, WVLT News.